The most important skills for a marketer to have are common sense, experience, and an aim to always keep learning because marketing never stops.
Welcome to the Real Estate Executive Thought Leadership Podcast, a fast paced show featuring focused insights from executive thought leaders in the real estate industry.
In episode 5, we interview Inna Shevchenko, head of marketing and customer experience at iGMS, a Vancouver-based SaaS firm serving the vacation rental industry. We get into how marketing is a science, iGMS's philosophy that decisions should always be backed by objective data, early stage growth strategies, and the advantages of remote working for teams. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe, share, and leave a review to spread the word. Let's get started. Hi, Inna. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Kirky. Thanks for having me today.
So let's talk about your professional background. Please tell us about your background in marketing.
Overall, I have around 12 years of continuous marketing experience. I should say that I have expertise in both online and offline marketing channels with both B2C and B2B segments. Talking about starting my career, I started as a media and creative specialist in a local subsidiary of LG Electronics and had some time working in big corporations. But almost 5 years ago, I became interested in working for IT industry specifically. And 3.5 years ago, I became a part of iGMS, and here I am.
Great. So share a little bit about your education and your certifications.
I got my bachelor's degree in business administration and a master's degree in foreign economics activity. I haven't really majored specifically in marketing. However, during my career, all sorts of certification and training. And to be honest, I believe that the most important skills for a marketer to have are common sense, experience, and an aim to always keep learning because marketing never stops.
What appeals to you about marketing, and is marketing an art or a science?
I was always fond of psychology and interested in human behavioral patterns and how our mind works. And marketing, in fact, is analyzing human behavior and psychology, plus helping people to make decisions. Well, that's my vision at least. It is certainly a science of psychology and common sense. So it's not an art, it's probably more like a science for me because truly you can learn marketing, but it's harder to create a piece of art if you are not an artist. So those are really different for me. Marketing is more like a science.
So what drew you to working with iGMS?
As I mentioned just before, I really got interested in IT industry 5 years ago. And at that time, 3.5 years ago, I really wanted to try to work remotely. That was my kind of dream for some time. And I was suspecting that I will be more productive while working remotely. I was supposed to start marketing from the scratch. And that was like a really big challenge for me. And that was something I was striving for. As a person, I like when I face challenges, when I have a responsibility, yeah, and I kind of can build my own processes. That's something that really excites me. So that was the major benefit for me. Also, it was a very interesting product at that time. I thought, wow, something like I never heard about. I didn't even know that the system for property managers exists. So it was like, it would be interesting to work for them.
So let's talk about professional direction. What does success look like for you in 5 years?
That's an interesting question. I would say, first of all, that success can be of different types, and truly it depends on spheres of life and what each person pursues in each sphere. And if we talk about the professional success, I would define it as a combination of three factors. So, first for me would be doing what I like to do. Second is being good actually at what I do. And the third is, well, it's easy to understand because it's being paid enough for what I do in order to cover all of my needs. So, to summarize, if I have all these factors, together combined in 5 years, I would definitely consider myself as a successful person in my career.
What professional development tools and resources are you engaging with?
As a marketer, I must, of course, keep learning all the time and stayed up to date for a marketing professional is vital. And so I definitely follow all the marketing blogs that I found professional a time ago. So I follow Ashraf's HubSpot blogs, for example. Also, once in a while, I engage in some courses, and it's easy to find lots of them on Coursera or Udemy. And what else? Currently, there is a variety of audiobooks and podcasts that are really popular now. So we can even keep developing without putting too much strain on your eyes, because when you work all the time in front of the computer, it's so nice to have something to hear to, and not to look at your computer, but you know that you still can develop your skills using audiobooks and podcasts. So that would be my favorites as for now.
How do you decompress from daily business?
Balance in a personal and professional life is important, that's for sure. And what's vital at iGMS, we understand that, and we know that getting necessary rest helps us to be more productive the next day. And as for myself, the best way for me to decompress is to spend time with my family and with nature. I highly enjoy picnics, visiting parks. Oh, well, in addition, hobbies help, of course. So reading, writing, traveling, Pilates, there are some of mine. And of course, they need to come along with work. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible to produce new ideas and be productive.
Okay, let's talk about your company and what you're doing in the marketplace. What does iGMS offer and who do you serve?
iGMS is a Canadian-based company, and it provides software for short-term rental hosts. With our tools, we help them to automate and streamline day-to-day business. And in a nutshell, our features help vacation rental managers handle all of the routine tasks, such as guest communication, channel and calendar management, cleaning, team operations. And currently, we already manage more than 100,000 of listings on our platform. So, yeah, we do a lot of automation these days.
What are your core competencies and unique value proposition? You kind of already mentioned that talking about iGMS, but just I kind of express clearly what is it that you do best? How do you differentiate from competitors?
A lot of competitors on the market we know of, and of course a lot of other companies keep appearing, and for us now it's more important to build better quality software than our competitors have. And we of course have strongest points, I would say. First, that would be an integration that we have with platforms, with OTA platforms. For native and integration with Airbnb, HomeAway, and Verbo, I would say we are one of the leaders on the market. Also, not too many companies currently offer team management and access level control. For instance, you can provide access to certain members to only certain features or properties, and that is something that is really unique on the market. We provide financial reporting. That's another feature that is not often introduced by competitors, even though some of them claim they do. When you compare financial reporting at iGMS and other software, you can see the difference. And the last, I would say, is our customer support, because this is truly what we do best. Our customers know that we're almost 24 hours online for them, and since I also manage customer experience team, I know how they work constantly in order to help our customers with all the questions they have. And when it comes to reviews that customers leave us, we often see how good our customer support is. So that would be also our unique value proposition.
Do you work with individual owners and property management companies?
That's correct. We work with both. We have solutions that help to automate their routine, no matter how many listings they have. And although we built our tools for middle business and enterprise level clients, iGMS is suited perfectly for all our small customers as well. Thus, in our portfolio, we have clients with over 1,000 listings. Therefore, it can be used by single property hosts and by huge corporations as well. Since we built our tools very sophisticated, and yeah, our integration is really one of the best on the market.
Let's see if we can quantify things a little bit. How much savings in terms of cost and time can automation help vacation rental owners achieve?
So we often ask this question to our clients, and given that they provide their feedback in lots of times, we have lots of case studies, and we figure that around 70% of messaging can be automated. That would be time for messaging. Therefore, you can imagine how much time can be spent doing something else to grow in business, right? But automation of messaging is just one aspect. We automate lots of other stuff, but it's hard to calculate the time saved on other activities. However, what we also noticed that the time we save to our clients helps to grow, and that's most important for a host, of course. On average, we measured that our customers observe around 34% increase in the number of reservations after they start using iGMS. We have really great cases when clients manage to increase their portfolio of properties just tremendously. We actually have one client who managed to even triple the number of properties in less than half a year. That's absolutely amazing result.
What geographic markets are you operating in, and what are your plans for growth?
iGMS has no boundaries, meaning our system operates from any country in the world. However, since the USA has the biggest number of Airbnb listings, the greatest number of hosts for our target audience is, of course, from the USA. That basically explains why most of our customers are from the USA as well. Although overall we have users from all over the globe, and we plan to have even more users from Europe after we launch Booking.com integration.
What other integrations do you offer?
We offer currently integration with Airbnb, HomeAway, and Verbo channels, and some regional platforms from their family. In 2 weeks, we're actually launching another integration, which is a huge event for us. We're launching integration with Booking.com in beta version. So therefore, we will have 3 native integrations very soon.
I'm curious, what does the iGMS name mean?
I should probably start with the fact that we had a rebranding not that long time ago, and iGMS is the new brand for AirGMS. And the old name stood for Airbnb Guest Management Software. When we were planning to rebrand, we were determined to make our name a bit easier and shorter. But still, we wanted to be similar to what it is right now. And we figured that the letter I in the beginning actually is the best fit, because so many keywords related to iGMS start from I, like intelligent, innovative. Also, both names of our founders start with I. So that was the fortune.
Okay, so iGMS is based in Canada and you work from Ukraine. Does that present any challenges or advantages?
Most of our team works remotely, actually, not only me. So, from my perspective, working remotely presents more benefits than challenges. Firstly, having a remote team means that we have a freedom to choose the best specialist from any geographical location. Therefore, now we have specialists working from how many? 6 plus at least different time zones. We are confident that workplace flexibility encourages productivity, and that was proven fact already for us. Regardless of where we work from and when we work, we really achieve great results together. And for me, it shows the effectiveness of remote work. Besides, it's cost efficient, environmentally friendly, and extremely helpful in creating a comfortable working environment for me and other employees. So yeah, I believe it's more benefit for us.
Let's talk about market trends. What trends and challenges do you see in the industry and how are you adapting?
It's hard not to mention the COVID crisis that we're facing right now. And with the outbreak of the coronavirus and its impact, of course, a lot of Airbnb hosts were influenced and they faced lots of cancellations. Well, needless to say that their occupancy rate dropped significantly. But what we noticed during this crisis, the best approach is to target domestic guests for short-term rental hosts. Considering that borders are still closed and a lot of flights are cancelled in many countries, domestic guests can be a really viable source of income during these times. Also, long-term rental is another opportunity for short-term rental hosts, and I often hear that they get longer reservation now. Our short-term rental hosts get longer reservations now, so that's another opportunity to increase the occupancy rate. Another trend that is, well, obvious, I would say, it's moving online what was offline before. That's also true for hosts, because if a host earlier turned up to meet their guests, it's not really necessary to do now, because keyless check-in can definitely help. And if you are a host and have an iGMS in place, for example, lots of other stuff can be automated and brought online. Therefore, hosting pretty much can be an offline business at the moment. And that's another trend.
What strategies do you recommend for early stage growth?
Since we're early stage growth company as well, I would say, although we have already been almost 5 years on the market, we have started from zero marketing budget. I have a lot to recommend here, and the strategies that helped us are the following. The first would be growth and value generating mindset when planning any activity. Therefore, we have to understand what will give in a long term and in a short term. Is it really necessary to do something right now? What could be the major growth out of this activity? The second strategy is to always remember who your buyer persona is. That is kind of obvious, but it's not just understanding in terms of demographics. We have to understand who exactly that person is. What is he or she doing? What's her name? How is she going to work and whatsoever? So lots of details should be figured about the buying persona. As the saying goes, if you're selling to everyone, no one is buying. So you have to imagine that you are selling to that particular person who is your buyer persona. Another strategy, which is also very important, is to have the North Star metric. Well, North Star metric is a metric that a company uses as a focus for their growth. What's important here that every team member knows what the company is going for. So every team member in marketing, in development team, in any other team should know what is that North Star metric. And that really helps to focus. Some other strategies would be A/B testing, taking only data-backed decisions, putting to test new approaches, and marketing automation. Those really help at the beginning. Well, not only at the beginning, to be honest, those should be implemented afterwards as well.
Now, you mentioned this already a little bit talking about remote working. Are environmental and operational sustainability part of your strategy?
Well, being environmentally friendly is a priority for all of the humanity nowadays. From our side, we always write our blog posts and other content with that environmental aspect in mind. For instance, we recommend for hosts to use eco-friendly materials and amenities in their vacation rentals, and also to promote an eco-friendly mentality through guests. Luckily, our product is not doing any harm to the environment too, so that's another thing that we are doing. And as I mentioned, working from home, that's an eco-friendly way of working. And by the way, it's getting to be a trend as well nowadays.
Okay, so let's talk about leadership. How would you describe your leadership style and how do you motivate your team?
I'm the type of leader who believes that a manager is not the one who just gives the tasks to do, but also supports, provides timely feedback, and mentoring when needed. So, in most cases, I would call my leadership style a coaching style. And a frequent communication is the core of my style of leadership. It really helps keep the team motivated and efficient from my experience. It also helps to create a sense of inclusion and being part of the big picture, especially when you're working remotely. In addition, frequent communication and timely feedback also develops loyalty. It allows the team leader to create this rapport between employee and the leader. And also, helps us to solve all the issues effectively and timely. Again, that's important for remote work specifically, because sometimes when you work from different time zone, it's hard to approach people because time is different. But constant communication, that really helps. And to be honest, even though we work from 6+ time zones, normally we reply to each other within one business day, which is, I think, an excellent number.
Do you have an in-house marketing team, and do you also work with outside vendors?
We have an in-house marketing team. We work with dozens of freelancers on different projects. Mostly we use freelancer services for content writing, since we're writing a great deal of content these days. For development, we have some outsourced developers, but yeah, mostly that's content writers.
Has the public health crisis changed the way your team works?
Definitely. The COVID crisis has changed daily life of each person. First of all, it influences our mental health in a way, I would say. But since most of our team has worked remotely for a while already, we didn't experience a tremendous change, at least here. Some of our team worked from the office in Vancouver, and they had to switch to remote work during the quarantine. But I don't think it was a huge challenge for them, though. What else has changed is the intensity of work. Since our industry was hit severely, we are in a constant search of solutions that would help us to recover faster. And obviously, that takes more energy, creativity, and time from all our team members. But of course, we understand that this is something that needs to be done in order to get back on track faster.
What tools are you using to collaborate?
Remote work, of course, requires some tools to make our work efficient. We use a variety of tools for different purposes. Slack is among our top tools for daily communication and managing our remote team. It allows to quickly talk and solve or discuss pending tasks. On top of that, Slack has handy integrations such as when birthday bot. Therefore, we even can celebrate the birthday for our team members within Slack. So Slack is one of the major communication tools we use. Apart from Slack, we have a set of regular department and company meetings that usually take place in Zoom. So Zoom is another tool that we mostly use to meet when we need to meet and discuss something for a longer period of time. Also, to monitor our team's productivity, we use HubStuff. That would be a time tracker. And it allows us to be on top of how the team is doing, what is their activity level, how they spend their time. On the other hand, HubStuff is also helpful for employees, because with this tool, they can use the time wisely and keep the work-life balance.
So let's talk about marketing. What does thought leadership mean to you?
Like any leadership, thought leadership is influencing others, in my mind. Most importantly, to be a thought leader, one must be credible by having a deep understanding of the subject and bright ideas to share. Along with this, thought leadership is not possible without having followers who actually share same ideas and are interested to hear from thought leaders.
Is an inbound content strategy worth the time and expense?
Certainly. Pretty much we spend 95, I would say, percent of marketing effort and time on inbound marketing. And we started from our marketing from inbound marketing and specifically content. With no budget, we were running our blog, and that was the major driver of our business. It allowed us to reach our target audience by addressing their needs, interests, and pain points. And that's exactly what we need nowadays in order to market something successfully. Outbound marketing is not working that good anymore. The world changes, and I think that inbound marketing is the future of marketing, and we're using it, of course, constantly. We figured for ourselves that creating a powerful content such as blog posts and lead magnets not only increases traffic, but can be a highly valuable lead gen strategy. And even though we create our content with SEO in mind, the most important is the value the article brings. So the more value you provide to users, the better chances you will be successful in terms of lead generation. That's something that works for us, and we keep doing it. So now we're writing as many blog articles as we can, because apart from quantity, the quality is the most important factor.
Is social marketing an important part of your inbound strategy?
Social marketing is about basically reinforcing social good, right? So, as human beings, we all need to know our purpose in life and we strive to contribute to something that makes the world a better place. So, yeah, in this regard, social marketing is an important concept. How we use it in iGMS is basically we motivate hosts to provide better value for guests that will create a win-win solution for both hosts and guests. And that's like a red line in each blog post, in each lead gen tool we create. And we, of course, try to show hosts how specifically providing a better value for guests will also help hosts to be winners. Therefore, yes, social marketing in this regard is also used in iGMS marketing strategy.
Is PR a part of your strategy?
Definitely, yes. Well, the basic goal of PR is to inform all the stakeholders and also to build a positive image for our organization and products. Thus, keeping up this communication is vital. We do this in a form of press releases once we have something important to announce. Another approach we take is supporting communication with our audience on relevant forums, Facebook groups, and everywhere we find our audience. Because we don't normally wait till someone comes and specifically asks us questions in our chat on the website. Our audience is busy and doing their own work, so we have to be where they spend their time and being able to answer all their questions and concerns. So that's what we're trying to do. This is how our PR works for iGMS. The last point is we maintain connections with the thought leaders in our industry, and whenever it's possible, we try to partner with them.
Are you using print marketing to reach prospects?
Not really. Print is not among our communication channels at the moment. We don't do too much of paid advertising in general, and print is also quite an expensive channel, I would say. And taking into account that our audience spend a lot of their time in digital sphere, it's definitely more cost effective and efficient to spend money on advertising in digital channels or doing inbound marketing as we mostly do.
So you mentioned you're not doing much paid marketing. Does that include pay-per-click marketing?
We do pay-per-click marketing, yes, but we don't spend too much budget on it since inbound marketing is the core of our marketing strategy.
How important are monitoring and tracking in your campaigns, and what KPIs do you focus on?
At iGMS, we have a golden rule to make only data-backed decisions. That is why it's really important to analyze the effects of each campaign, including PPC campaign or efforts that we are doing to promote our content on a blog. Therefore, we try to measure all the results. And of course, the next goals and KPIs are set based on the results we got. Then we estimate KPIs on each task monthly. It's worthy to say that most of our marketing team members have their own KPIs that we set each month. Therefore, we are result oriented in this regard, and numbers matter. As I mentioned, we make only database decision, and when it's possible, do A/B testing as well in order to make the most of our marketing efforts.
What is the most crucial element in positioning your brand?
Even though brand position has several key elements, the most crucial element, I would say, is the mission of our brand. And our mission was always to make the lives of vacation rental managers easier with the help of tools that we provide within our software. Our founders, in fact, are hosts themselves, and basically they created the product based on their own first-hand experience and their needs. So they know exactly what hosts need, and what we are trying to do is to make the life easier with each feature we provide. Thus, that would be the most crucial element in positioning our brand.
Can you share a story about a successful marketing campaign?
One of the projects that was extremely successful for us was launching product roundups this year. Every month, we now highlight all the things we've launched and fixed within a product so that our customers and prospects can easily stay up to date. To keep our audience informed, we send out a monthly e-newsletter and create a dedicated blog post. The result was above our expectations. Firstly, we started to receive a tremendous amount of feedback from users. All sorts of feedback, of course, but mostly positive. But not only we've got attention from our customers, but also this communication impacted our lead generation. Our prospects get interested in our system much more when they see that the product is improving every month and we add new and new features, and something that was not working was fixed really quickly. That approach really helps, and of course we keep doing this product roundup every month since January.
Where do you envision the iGMS brand going in the 2020s?
Our brand doesn't really change its path. In 2020, we're keen to further enhance the quality of our software, since our goal is to really make a difference for vacation rental owners. We have already introduced some of the groundbreaking features this year, and we are about to release one more that I already mentioned. This is a long-awaited integration with Booking.com. This is a huge event for us, and a lot of our clients were expecting this integration. And what's more, that would be an official integration that will allow a guest communication, that will allow team management, cleaning management, and everything that we offer for other channels within Booking.com. So that would be a very powerful addition to our channels portfolio. Hopefully, this will also bring us to the next level and help us to serve our customers even better.
What is one closing insight you'd like to share for executives targeting growth?
I would say that people in the organization stand behind any success or failure. So growth also comes with the right people. The right people are those who have growth-oriented mindset, right? Therefore, hiring the right kind of people with growth inclined mindset can really be a driver of growth for an organization. That's what we figured at iGMS, and that's why we have such a long hiring procedure to our company. We do have lots of tests, we do have lots of meetings with candidates. But in the end, all the people we hire are really the ones that fit the organization to get that growth that we need. To sum up, I would say hiring the right people is the key to success.
Thank you for being our guest, Inna, and sharing your insights. This has been a fascinating interview.
Thank you so much, Kirky.
Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe to get updates on our upcoming podcast. Share the inspiration.